My name is B-Walk and welcome back to Copy Your Coin, where I show you how to copy your coin in the fastest growing market in world history. Let's get it. And you know I'm going to ask you to do three things, fam. I'm going to ask you to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to ask you to hit that like button. I'm going to ask you to hit that alert button so that you know when fresh content is coming out from Copy Your Coin. All right, let's get into it. Today I want to continue the altcoin series. Top altcoins, and I'm talking about Stellarlumens. This is another favorite of mine, one that follows in the footsteps of kind of XRP, Ripple, and I talked about that earlier. You can take a look at the description at the top of the video. You'll see a video that I put out about that. But anyway, this one is a little bit different. It's a different idea, kind of. Instead of you actually using the currency, the cryptocurrency, now obviously it's used for transactional purposes, for fees. But if I wanted to send US dollars to my friend in Europe, in Great Britain, in euros, I could send them US dollars using the Stellarlumens and not even have to touch the cryptocurrency, and my friend would receive my money that I sent in US dollars in their preferred currency, which would be euros. So it's a great idea. It's the idea of being able to pay globally, global payment transactions. And again, that is the key right here. When you're talking about cryptocurrency, that is what the race is all about right now. Everybody is scrambling to see who can come up with a solution that's going to be able to be ubiquitous, very, very efficient and effective, and extremely scalable. So that's the coins that I'm talking about. A lot of times that I'm focusing on have long-term consequences. Stellarlumens is certainly one of them. So you can take a look when we go here into the cryptocurrency market cap, and we can see that Stellarlumens is right here at number 6 right now with a $4 billion market cap, and it's been around for a while. I think it started back in 2014. We'll take a look real quick and kind of get an idea. So here it goes right here, and again, every article that I refer to is going to be listed down in the description, so please feel free to just follow along, and I will list those URLs so you can read at your own leisure. So in order to tell the backstory of XLM, one really needs to tell the story of Stellar. Founded in early 2014 by Jed McCaleb and Joyce Kim, Stellar was originally a hard fork in the Ripple protocol. After making a few changes to the all-important consensus code, the network forked, creating Stellar Core. It was around this time that Joyce Kim claimed there was a flaw in the initial Ripple protocol. This statement was contested in a blog post by Ripple's Lab CTO, Stefan Thomas. And it was in the wake of this drama that Stellar Development Foundation, SDF, was formed, and an updated version of the protocol featuring a new consensus algorithm was released. The aim of this new platform is, among other things, to connect people, payment systems, and banks. Again, it talks about where the white paper for this code, this upgrade, was released in 2015. The network went live in November the same year, and the original asset of the Stellar network was referred to as Stellars. Launched with 100 billion units in 2014, and the name was changed to Lumens following the 2015 upgrade. What sets XLM apart? Lumens exists to link fiat currencies and allow for nearly instant exchange without a buyer or seller ever touching the cryptocurrency itself, just like I talked about. But to dig deeper into why Lumens exists and what makes it unique, one must again take a holistic view. So Lumens play an anti-spam role. Each transaction has a minuscule fee, 0.0001 XLM associated with it, and this fee works as a preventative measure against nefarious users flooding the network like a DOS attack. And Lumens function as a security token that eliminates this large-scale transactional attack. Number 2, Lumens allow for multi-currency transactions. This is important. They work as a conduit for transactions between currencies that don't have an existing market or one that's difficult to access. This is only possible when there is a liquid market between XLM and each currency involved. Unlike many of its crypto brothers and sisters, XLM is sporadically given away for free. So again, the idea is they wanted this to be, again, a ubiquitous coin. So they are breaking it down like this: 50%. They're giving 50% to individuals who want Lumens, 25% to nonprofits, business grants, and government institutions, and 20% to Bitcoin holders. As for the second question, why would anyone want to buy it if it's being handed out for free? People still want to purchase XLM if no giveaway is available, and they want to participate, or they may want to purchase to support XLM's vision as community members. The team is made up of some interesting individuals, and what you'll find is they're very sharp. It's kind of the who's who, and that's a key. Another point is as you start to research and do your own homework. Again, I can't stress that enough. Do your own homework on each of these cryptocurrencies that I talk about, but you start to see the people who are involved very heady. John McCaleb is a co-founder of SDF, whose background includes founding eDonkey 2000. I'm not even familiar with this, but one of the largest file sharing networks in its time, and being an originator of Mt. Gox, the first BTC exchange, and founding Ripple. Joyce Kim, the other co-founder, formerly of venture capital at Freestyle Capital and a serial entrepreneur, Kim graduated from Cornell University at the age of 19, then went on to grad school at Harvard and Columbia Law School. She is also the director of fellows at the MIT Media Lab. Talk about heady. And then you have David Maziers, who's the chief scientist at SDF and professor of computer science at Stanford University. He holds a BS in computer science from Harvard and a PhD in electrical engineering and computer science from MIT. The Stellar Consensus Protocol is largely his brainchild. And again, if you run down the list of board members and advisors, you'll find big names of likes of WordPress, Y Combinator, Microsoft, Apache, Stripe, Google, and many others. And they have a list right here. You can see the full roster. But again, these are the things you want to kind of dig into. And if you remember, we looked at the actual XLM, I think it's trading right now somewhere around 24 cents. And again, like I said, it's an opportunity where you can get in 4. So basically that means you're buying 4 Lumens for every dollar that you put up. So it's a great time to tip your toes in the water. You get to do a little research, buy a little bit, and we're going to take a look at the chart here in a moment. I want to point to some of the challenges and criticisms and draw the point here. So one issue that's been noticed that the technology that Michaela forked and the stuff that Ripple uses today are very different. This puts a lot of pressure on his vision individually. Ripple is run by a team of over 200 people and has raised close to $100 million in funding. Conversely, Stellar is run by a small handful of people with significantly less funding. The argument being that the likelihood of error or failure is higher with fewer people involved. There's also been some quibbles about Stellar's transparency or lack thereof when it comes to salaries and giveaways and airdrops. Whether these issues are valid criticisms or simply the growing pains of young technology company is yet to be seen. So these are examples of kind of what you want to look into. But as we look at the chart and we put it over here in trading view, now you can see. So this is as of Kraken on one of the exchanges that shows you the movement of Stellar as of the August of 2017, so approximately a year ago, a little bit longer than that. And as you can see, it's been bouncing, and I have this drawing this line right here. It's been steady. This has been great support, and you see the steady trend line. And with this, again, it acts as a spring. I suspect that with the advent, this is the 200 moving day average right here. It's currently above that. I think it's going to move higher. So this is a great time to get in, and as you see, it's been as high as almost 50 cents. So you basically get it in at a 50% discount at 24 cents from the price that it's been. Now, where will it go from there? It's anybody's guess. But I think this is another opportunity to get a foothold in something new with relatively low risk. Again, I can't stress that enough. Relatively low risk. You don't even have to buy whole coins. If you want to just put in $20 and just see how much that buys you, that's fine. But for 24 cents a coin, and you're figuring $10 is going to get you 40 coins, and then you can move on. So just do the math yourself, and then you can see. And as you build, and again, like I said in previous videos, and I'll say it again here, nothing turns on a dime. That's why I like looking at the charts. I love looking at fundamentals, seeing who's behind it, what individuals, what companies are high on particular projects. But again, you also like to look at the technicals because that gives you the signs. It gives you the street signs. You're not going to see anything. This is not going to drop to the floor in one candle, and nor is it going to shoot to the moon in one candle. You're going to see over time moves and momentum, and that, as a trader and as an investor, allows us to position our portfolio accordingly. So, and I said I was going to talk to one more particular fundamental piece, and this is in again, Crypto Daily. I will have this out here under the description, but right here, just specifically talking, investors who are in it for the long haul prefer Stellar prospects over that of Ripple. This seems quite obvious considering Ripple is just a short-term solution. The crypto revolution has not only disrupted outside markets, but it has also disrupted itself. We started with centralized exchanges because that was necessity. Now the move toward decentralized exchanges is clear. John McAfee, a big proponent of decentralized exchanges, claims that we will soon have decentralized exchanges only. That makes sense considering the problems with centralized exchanges as far as hacks, attacks by DOS servers that we talked about earlier. However, before that happens, existing centralized exchanges like Binance and Bitfinex will have their days. Okay, so that's another looking right there. And then here's the final one I leave you with. Stellarlumens backed Smarltands platform teaming up with Colliers on International. Now, what's important about this is that Smarltands platform, which is supported on the 6th largest coin, Stellarlumens, by market capitalization, has announced partnering up with Colliers International. The latter one, Colliers International, is a leader and famous in global scale in a real asset service and investing management company. Being based on Stellar, Smarltands is a security token issuance project which opens new windows for owners of assets or new investors that could have brought a show change in development for Stellar and his team, as Colliers International is as big as it can get, counting approximately 2.5 billion revenue in last year in assets in almost 70 countries. So again, this is moving towards the point, like I said, it's trying to be effective, trying to be effectively global and create a currency system that we can have interchangeable. It doesn't require you to go onto an exchange and trade in foreign exchange, or go to a bank necessarily and say, I need euros or I need yen. And it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Again, like I said, Stellarlumens, you look at the cryptocurrency, once again, it's number 6 on exchange, and it's been around since 2014. So this has been, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. 4 billion, that's pretty hefty. It will be interesting to see how this market plays out. I'm going to definitely be keeping my eye on it, but I would suggest that you do the same. Okay. Question of the day: how far do you think Stellarlumens will go? Could it be number 1? Could it overtake Bitcoin? Maybe it'll overtake Ethereum. Do you think there's going to be several winners? I personally think that there will be. I don't think there's going to be just one particular winner, but I think there's going to be several, maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 in the space that are going to be the 900-pound gorillas in the marketplace. Okay. So anyway, that's all I have for today, and thank you for joining me on Cop Your Coin. I will see you next time. Take care.